I'm Carol Andrews for this special edition of Southwest TV News. Coming up on today's show, we'll be counting down the top 10 stories of 2011. Kicking things off at number 10 are the Swift Current Broncos, who remain positive despite their ongoing financial woes.
At this time, the Broncos would like to announce, I guess you shouldn't say like, we are announcing that our financial loss for the season is $197,226.
A message which many in the community already knew, but to what extent was made clear at the annual meeting for the Swift Current Broncos. A variety of factors have all led to the financial woes of the local hockey club, and it starts with these empty seats game after game.
It always hurts, and maybe it wasn't the biggest number this year, but it's been a continual decline number. With an organization such as ours as well, there's a couple extraordinary numbers that always affect a season. Last year, for example, we received World Junior money from the World Juniors that were in Canada at the time. There's money that comes from the NHL draft for players. There's little monies that way that we can't always control. So that was part of the process this year, as well as not making playoffs was the other big factor.
According to Broncos head coach and general manager Mark Lamb, the winning formula to regaining fan support starts with the on-ice lineup.
There's only one way to build, and that's through the draft. You have to build through the draft, you have to work hard, you have to scout, and you have to pick the right players.
Lamb further adds that the Broncos intend to reach out more to the surrounding communities to gain interest in the club, as was initiated through a recent Broncos-Raiders matchup in Shaunavon. Meanwhile, on the home front here in Swift Current, the economic impact of the WHL franchise to the community is significant. $6 million is injected directly into the city of Swift Current on an annual basis, benefiting the local economy as a whole.
Certainly, the fact that they bring in tremendous revenue into our community with visitors and those impacts. So certainly, it makes it two very important reasons why we have to assure their viability.
And as the Swift Current Broncos embark on rebuilding their success on the ice, the franchise hopes to increase its sales of season tickets to the 2,000 mark, as opposed to 1,500 now sold for this season. In the meantime, Broncos President Al Stewart indicates ticket prices will remain steady.
The cost of our ticket, it would be considered to be average in the Western Hockey League, so it's neither high nor is it low. So when you consider that you're putting a Tier 1 Western Hockey League franchise on the ice every night, there's a cost of doing that. And particularly when we have a smaller building than, say, Calgary, for example, who on a good night can put 10 or 12,000 people in the stands.
And with another big financial loss on the books for the Broncos, the obvious question is, how long can the franchise survive as the rebuilding continues?
With us, it becomes a huge eye-opener. We do have the funds that can handle a loss for a year or two, but not to this magnitude continuously. You know, we do have money in our account, but is earmarked for education that we are not able to access. So for us, like any other business, it becomes, what are the new plans to get new revenues? We can't just sustain the loss, and they don't. The seasons don't get put together and last if the losses keep going up.
Fans are encouraged to come out and show their support for the Swift Current Broncos in the coming weeks. Even by increasing your personal home game attendance by 2 or 3 games will make a huge difference for the team's finances and assist future NHL greats to get their start right here in Swift Current. An NHL great and Olympic hockey champion is the latest inductee into the Swift Current Broncos Hall of Fame. Joe Sakic was honored on Saturday evening at the Credit Union Iplex as a crowd of over 400 joined in the evening celebration. Sakic played with the Broncos from 1986 through 88, scoring 293 points over 132 WHL games. He then enjoyed a 21-year career in the NHL with the Quebec Nordiques and Colorado Avalanche. Along with many NHL awards throughout his career, he also enjoyed a distinguished international career on the ice, including playing with Team Canada and winning the Olympic gold in 2002. And as he returned to Swift Current for his latest induction, Sakic was humbled by the tribute.
My 2 years here, it totally really helped me get to where I wanted to get the National Hockey League, and great memories of playing here, becoming a better player. It's the first time moving away from home, so you have to mature really quickly, and you know, that definitely helped me. And like I said, you know, coming here, that was the best decision I ever made, was getting a chance to play here and becoming a better hockey player.
And after years of playing in the NHL and gaining international status, Sakic credits his early years in Swift Current as a great stepping stone for his hockey career.
It makes you feel like you're at home, and it's just it's hard to explain if you're in a bigger city. I think you know, there's more things to do, but in a smaller, you know more people, you become closer, and I think that definitely helped everybody. And I come back every year with my kids, and we love it here. And you see different people, and it's funny. I mean, this was 25 years ago. I played here, and people still, you know, they remember, and you come down, they really make you feel like you're coming back home.
And as Sakic reflects on his years in Swift Current, he continues to stress the importance of the Broncos to the Swift Current community for future generations of aspiring hockey players, while wishing the hockey club overall nothing but success.
You know, you always cheer for the teams that you play for, and so I just, you know, it'd be nice to see them win another Memorial Cup, especially you know, it's the smallest market in probably junior hockey in Canada, and you know, the way everybody supports it, it's a community feel, and you know, you just want them to succeed.
Joe Sakic is now an executive advisor and alternate governor for the Colorado Avalanche. And his charity work over the years is estimated to have assisted with over 7 million meals to those less fortunate, earning Sakic an NHL Foundation Player Award in 2007. Joe Sakic, a 2011 inductee into the Swift Current Broncos Hall of Fame.
Hi, I'm Wayne Elhard, MLA for Cypress Hills. Christmas is upon us, with all the preparations that come with it. But I hope this season, each of us will step back and consider what matters most in our lives, our relationships with others, and our relationship with God, who provided His good news of love for each of us. On behalf of my family, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year.
Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the management and staff of Stuke Pharmacy in Leader. Season's greetings and the best in the coming year from the Mayor, Council, and staff of the town of Shaunavon. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the management and staff of Pinnacle Financial Services in Swift Current.
Wishing you the best this holiday season and into the new year from the board, management, and staff of Innovation Credit Union.
In at number 8, years of fundraising came to fruition in July with the grand opening of the Crescent Point Wickenheiser Center in Shaunavon. Crowds of all ages gathered in Shaunavon for a full weekend of celebration marking the grand opening of the Crescent Point Wickenheiser Center. From celebrity street hockey and golf tournaments to the gala banquet and live auction, supporters of the community and the new $14 million facility were out to toast the celebration, with the fundraising continuing well into the wee hours of the evening, as the live auction raised close to $130,000 from an array of hockey memorabilia. Community spirit, which comes as no surprise to Mayor Sharon Dickey.
Yeah, it's all come together. Wonderful state-of-the-art facility. You know, we're so proud. $14 million that has been put into this place, and we're very proud to say that only $3 million has been financed, and that's all that we owe on it. So we'll be doing lots of fundraising.
And as for the namesake of the Crescent Point Wickenheiser Center, Haley Wickenheiser was proud to be back home for the opening celebration of the center and the museum on the second floor, which includes many of her professional memories over the years.
No, I really didn't. I mean, I never thought I would have a real career in hockey either, and now I can say I've made my living through the game. So I guess, you know, it's testament to how far women's hockey has come in this country, and for young female hockey players to look and see that one of them has had a rink named after them. I think that's really inspiring and certainly a big honor for me.
From this early architectural model back in 2007 to the present day, the new Crescent Point Wickenheiser Center is truly a dream come true for the town of Shaunavon and its residents. With its former Jubilee Arena aging beyond repair and insurance coverage, the decision was made to build a new rink complex. A decision which Mayor Dickey says raised a few eyebrows.
This center has been very, people have really supported it, but there's been a lot of controversy. When the council of the day 6 years ago made the decision to go ahead and build, it was controversial. The economy wasn't as strong as it could have been, but something told us to make that decision, and there's no question, and we went through lean times, but we're also celebrating the good times, and we have an oil industry that is beyond our expectation. Our local credit union's been wonderful, and our businesses, the people of this community, and all around. We've had donations from all around the world, and people that just know that as a small community it takes a lot, and there are, I dare say there would be very few communities that could have a facility like this in a town the size of Shaunavon.
The road to getting the project off the ground and to its full-scale opening in 2011 was a long road, following years of fundraising and personal trips by Dickey to Calgary herself, who visited many oil companies requesting donations for the project. Hours of dedication which former town councillor Sheila Gronhove says was well worth the effort.
I can't imagine having no rink in a town the size of Shaunavon. Kids to play hockey, people who curl, all of the winter activities would be taken out of town. And if the parents are out of town every night and every day after school with a child going somewhere, the business goes with them because they don't have time to come back and shop here. They'd have to do their shopping where they are.
A project which came to fruition through a number of key partnerships and a long list of donors, as seen on this key wall at the center, including the Shaunavon Credit Union, who came on board with the project right from the start.
We corporately we've given $250,000. We also had $250,000 through an interest-free loan program. We didn't quite achieve the 250, it was 240-some thousand. So our membership and organization close to $500,000. And for this launch this weekend, we also were a major sponsor for the banquet tonight, and we've contributed $20,000 for that as well. So
in the coming months, fundraising will continue for the center to pay down the town's $3 million loan. Additional items will be added to the Wickenheiser Museum to include athletes from across the Southwest. And the community will work towards attracting other events to the Crescent Point Wickenheiser Center. The Crescent Point Wickenheiser Center includes an Olympic-sized hockey arena, 6-sheet curling rink, and the Wickenheiser Museum. Fundraising for the new Crescent Point Wickenheiser Center in Shaunavon began back in 2002.
Swift Current RCMP responded to a sudden death on this property on December 18th of 2010. The death of 2.5-year-old William Michael Veyro was deemed a homicide, and the investigation has been ongoing ever since. Another child in the family, the boy's older sister, also passed away on the property in July. This death was deemed accidental. And as the family continues to grieve, friends close to the children's mother are starting to speak out.
I think the biggest frustration is no one's charged, and the question of why did this happen when, again, it goes back to social services as far as I'm concerned. Where they should have followed up.
Saskatchewan Social Services has been relatively quiet about this case, only stating that they won't comment on specific files. Family members have verified that the children were living with the birth father who had been granted custody of the children. They also say they're hearing very little about the incident at this point, something which isn't sitting well with the provincial opposition.
There's a level of accountability here, and we're getting deeply frustrated by a ministry and by a minister who seems to not want to take responsibility, and there should be some responsibility taken here in saying, and what really did happen.
RCMP have provided a few details concerning this case. But at this point in the investigation, they're waiting for a few more leads and a possible arrest before divulging any new information. leaving all those involved left to wait and see as the case unfolds.
I still can't believe how long it's been dragged out. I mean, I totally understand that they have to have all their ducks in a row, but I mean, it is a small community, and as far as I'm concerned, there's really no need for it to be dragging on and have the family suffer for not having any answers to why this all happened.
This isn't the first time that information about sensitive cases has gone a prolonged period of time before being revealed. And this lack of information is bringing up concerns with NDP critic David Forbes.
I am deeply concerned that when children pass away, that we do have to look at how did this happen. There's too many questions, and the general public need to have those answers. And I think the issue really has to be dealt with relatively quickly. We see that sometimes it takes several months to get answers, and I think that's really unfortunate.
Southwest TV News will continue to follow this story as more details unfold in the coming weeks. For Southwest TV News, I'm Kara Rapke.
Wishing you the best this holiday season and into the new year from Yogi Hugo Bear, MLA for Wood River.
All the best this holiday season and into the new year from the management and staff of Diamond Energy Services in Swift Current.
Holiday greetings from the Cypress Health region. On behalf of our 1,700-member team of staff, management, physicians, and board of directors, I would like to extend our best wishes to the residents of the Southwest during this joyous time. It's a time for families and friends to get together and enjoy the spirit of the season. May 2012 be a year of health, happiness, and prosperity for you and yours.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Cypress Health.
Wishing you the best this holiday season and into the new year from the town of Maple Creek, Saskatchewan's holiday hotspot.
Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas from David Anderson, Member of Parliament for Cypress Hills Grasslands. Wishing the citizens of Swift Current the very best of the holiday season and into the new year from Mayor Schaefer, City Council, and staff of the City of Swift Current.
And rounding out our first half of the countdown, in at number 6 belongs to $8.4 million in upgrades to the Maple Creek School. Cypress Hills MLA Wayne Elhard joined students, staff, and other local dignitaries for the official grand opening of the Maple Creek Composite School on Monday. The $8.4 million project is a combined effort between the province and the Chinook School Division, with the Ministry of Education chipping in $4.8 million to the project.
This project was one of the very first new school projects that the provincial government announced after we had an opportunity to look at the needs of the educational community throughout the province. This was seen as a priority project. And so I was pleased as the MLA and at that time a member of the provincial government cabinet to be able to identify this project and see it move forward.
The new Maple Creek Composite School project took shape over the past 24 months. However, has been in the works as a concept for the past 7 years, back to the days of the Legacy School Division. Now officially open, the enhancements to the school include the addition of grades 6 and 7 students, along with grades 9 through 12, along with a string of energy-efficient features and an expanded fine arts and band program.
And it's just a wonderful opportunity to have a facility that we're proud of and that can be showcased in southwestern Saskatchewan. Well, I think the morale on staff is fairly high. With the fact we have a new facility and it's something that we can be proud of. We have additional staff over here that came over from Sydney Street School to accommodate the grade 6 and 7s. So we have we've allowed for more colleagues and to have those kinds of discussions within our staff that previously we haven't had the opportunity to have.
Renovations to the school which will benefit students and families for years to come and help in the town's viability of attracting new residents to the community.
For people to move into this community, they want, recreation, education, and health care. You know, so this is our second step, basically, is with the educational part of it. I mean, we have a new facility that's updated with new technologies, and it's wonderful. I mean, it's something that any small town in southwest Saskatchewan rural area has to have to be able to progress and go forward.
The Maple Creek Composite School currently has an enrollment of over 300 students and serves Maple Creek and area. And this brings to a close this special episode of Southwest TV News, taking a look at the top 10 stories of 2011. Be sure to join us again next time as we continue on with our countdown. And be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at mylocaltv.ca. And be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.